Welcome to our deep dive today. We've got a challenge for ourselves.
100 intriguing facts.
100, spanning nature, science, history, culture, you name it.
A whirlwind tour of knowledge.
I like that, a whirlwind tour. And obviously we won't be able to cover all the details,
So,
but we're going to highlight the most jaw-dropping ones.
the ones that make you rethink what you thought you knew.
Right, like, okay, let's start with the animal kingdom. Octopuses,
Oh, yeah.
masters of camouflage intelligence and all that.
Yeah.
They have 3 hearts.
3 hearts.
Not
Yeah.
1, not 2, 3. Why so many?
Well, it's all about efficiency. 2 of the hearts, they pump blood through the gills.
Okay.
And then the third one keeps circulation flowing to the rest of the body.
Mm.
They're so active, they need a lot of oxygen.
Yeah, especially when they're hunting.
Exactly. Or trying to escape a predator.
Right, right. Okay, speaking of things that seem to defy time, did you know honey is basically immortal?
Honey is immortal.
Like, archaeologists have found pots of honey in ancient Egyptian tombs, thousands of years old, and guess what?
Oh.
It's still edible.
I have heard of this.
It's crazy. So how is that possible?
Well, honey's natural composition, I think, is the key. It has low water content, at high acidity. So basically, an environment where bacteria can't survive.
So it's like a natural preservative.
Exactly. And that's why people have used it for centuries.
Right, in like medicine and everything?
And all sorts of things.
Yeah, wow. Okay, you ready for a fact that might just kind of
Hit me with it.
completely blow your mind when it comes to fruit?
Okay.
Bananas are technically berries.
What?
Yeah, I know, right? Mind blown.
I would never have guessed that.
But wait, it gets even weirder. Strawberries,
Uh-oh.
those quintessential berries,
Right.
they aren't actually berries at
Yeah.
all.
What are they then?
So this is where it gets really interesting. Strawberries are what's called an aggregate fruit.
Yeah.
Meaning they form from multiple ovaries of a single flower.
Okay.
So each of those little seeds on the outside of the strawberry.
They're actually each a tiny individual fruit.
So it's like a whole bunch of tiny fruits pretending to be one big fruit.
Yeah. Pretty much.
That's amazing.
Kind of crazy, right? Oh, okay. Before we jump into space, I had to share one more animal fact, just because it's too cute.
I'm ready.
Sea otters.
I love them.
They hold hands while they sleep.
I've seen pictures. It's so adorable.
I know, but it's not just for cuteness overload. They do it so they don't drift apart
Makes sense.
in the ocean currents while they're sleeping.
That's a smart survival tactic.
It is, right? Okay, I think my heart is officially melted.
Mine too.
All right, let's blast off into the realm of science and space.
Okay, I'm ready.
Okay, here's a fact that kind of bends the mind a bit. Water can boil and freeze at the same time.
What?
I know, it sounds impossible,
It does.
but it's a real phenomenon.
How?
It's called the triple point.
Okay.
It occurs at a very specific temperature and pressure.
So it's not like you just throw an ice cube in a boiling pot of water. No. It has to be like 0.01 degrees Celsius and 611.657 pascals.
Extremely precise.
Yeah. And at that point, all 3 states of matter, so solid ice, liquid water, and gaseous vapor,
They're all happening at the same time.
at the same time, perfect equilibrium.
That's incredible.
So water can be a triple threat.
A triple threat.
I love it. Okay, prepare to feel very, very small.
Okay.
Because here's a fact to put things in perspective. There are more stars in the observable universe than grains of sand on all the beaches on Earth.
All the beaches.
All the beaches combined.
Wow.
It's impossible to even imagine.
That really puts things in perspective.
Right. Like trillions upon trillions of stars
It's mind-boggling.
scattered across billions of galaxies. It's just...
Makes you wonder what else is out there.
I know, right? It really does. Speaking of space, here's a hot fact. Literally, Venus, even though it's farther from the sun than Mercury, is the hottest planet.
Really? I always thought it was Mercury.
I know, right? So why is that?
I'm curious.
It's because of this incredibly dense atmosphere on Venus,
Oh.
made mostly of carbon dioxide, creates this runaway greenhouse effect.
It traps all the heat.
Yeah, and temperatures can soar to almost 900 degrees Fahrenheit.
That is hot.
That's hot enough to melt lead.
Wow.
Okay, last one for this segment. It's about neutron stars. You know those remnants of collapsed giant stars? Imagine this. A sugar cube-sized amount of neutron star material would weigh billions of tons.
Billions of tons.
Billions of tons.
How is that even possible?
Because neutron stars are some of the densest objects in the universe. The gravity is so intense
Yeah.
that it crushes atoms together, and you're just left with this super dense core.
Wow, so it's like
Endlessly new term.
an entire mountain range crammed into the size of a sugar cube.
Right, exactly. I need a moment to process that.
Yeah, me too.
All right, welcome back to our deep dive. We're about to jump into some history surprises. You ready for this?
Hit me.
Cleopatra, the last active ruler of ancient Egypt. She lived closer to the moon landing than she did to the construction of the Great Pyramid of Giza.
That really puts things in perspective, doesn't it?
Yeah, it's like we think of the pyramids as like ancient history.
Right, ancient.
But Cleopatra lived closer to like our modern era.
So how long are we talking?
It was about 2,500 years between when they built the Great Pyramid
Okay.
and Cleopatra's reign.
Right.
But then only like 2,000 years separate her time
wow.
from when we landed on the moon.
That's amazing.
It's crazy, right? Okay, speaking of things that have stood the test of time, Oxford University,
Oh,
that's in England,
right.
is older than the Aztec Empire.
Really?
I know, right? Like, that's almost 1,000 years of scholarship and learning.
I never realized it was that old.
It's one of the oldest universities in the world.
So when did it start?
Teaching there goes back to at least 1096.
Okay.
And then the Aztec Empire was founded way later, in like the 14th century.
Wow, that is a big difference.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting to think about, like one represents knowledge and learning in Europe.
Yeah.
And the other's like this powerful civilization
Right.
in Mesoamerica.
Totally different parts of the world.
Yeah. Okay, you ready for one that's a little gross?
Okay, lay it on me.
In ancient Rome,
Yeah.
they used urine as mouthwash.
What? No way.
I know. It's kind of hard to believe.
That's just, I can't even imagine.
They thought it was like a cleaning agent.
Why though?
The ammonia.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And they even use it to try to whiten their teeth.
Thank goodness we have toothpaste now.
I know, right? I'm definitely sticking with my minty fresh.
For sure, me too.
Okay, how about one that's over in a flash?
Okay,
Fastest war,
fastest war ever.
August 27, 1896. Britain and Zanzibar.
Scrolling to the list.
38 minutes.
That's it. You're kidding?
Nope. It was over that quick. It was a conflict over, like, who would rule Zanzibar.
Let's see.
The British Navy, they just overpowered the Zanzibari forces like that.
Like a blink and you miss it moment in history.
It is, right? 38 minutes, that's barely enough time to, like, make a cup of tea.
Crazy.
All right, let's shift gears a little bit. Culture and technology.
Yeah.
First up, computer virus. 1983.
And early. Wow.
It was called the Elk Cloner,
Elk cloner.
and it was created by a 15-year-old
Get out.
as a prank.
Of course.
And it spread through, get this, floppy disks.
Floppy disks. Oh my goodness.
And it would display a message on infected computers, like Apple II computers.
So this is like the great-great-granddaddy of all the malware we deal with now.
I know, right? It's amazing. And it all started with a teenager, like, messing around.
Incredible.
Now let's talk about something that we use every day.
Okay.
The QWERTY keyboard.
The QWERTY keyboard.
Ever thought about why it's laid out the way it is?
Not really.
It wasn't designed for efficiency.
Really? It always felt kind of random to me.
It was designed to slow typists down.
What? Why?
Back in the day when people used typewriters, if you typed too fast, the keys would jam.
Oh, that makes sense.
So they had to space out the letters that were used the most.
I see.
And that's how we got QWERTY. It's a solution.
Yeah.
But the problem it was meant to solve doesn't even exist anymore.
It's like a relic of the past.
Yeah, but we're still using it.
Out of habit, I guess.
Okay. Ready for this one? The initial idea for YouTube. Get this.
Okay, I'm listening.
A video dating site.
What? No way!
Yes, it was going to be called TuneIn Hookup.
Tune in hookup. That's hilarious.
And people would post video profiles.
oh my goodness, that's so different from what it became.
But then people started uploading all kinds of videos, and they were like, wait a minute, we've got something much bigger here.
What a game changer.
Okay, last one for this segment. This one's about priorities. More people globally
Okay.
own mobile phones than toothbrushes.
That's kind of telling, isn't it?
I know, it's like...
It says a lot about where we are as a global society.
Right, like mobile technology, it's amazing. Communication, information, all that.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
But at the same time, so many people don't have basic necessities.
Yeah, something to think about. All right, let's move on to some food facts. I love food facts.
Me too. Always fascinating.
Okay, so get this. Ketchup started out as medicine.
Ketchup as medicine.
I know, it sounds weird, but back in like the 1830s,
Right.
they called it tomato ketchup.
Okay.
And they marketed it as a remedy for indigestion.
Does it even work?
I don't know. I mean, tomatoes have vitamins and antioxidants,
True.
but I think I'll stick to antacids.
Probably a safer bet.
Okay, This one's kind of out there. The first food to be grown in space.
In space. Wow, what was it?
Potatoes.
Potatoes.
Yeah,
That's kind of surprising.
I know, right? Like
Yeah.
1995,
Mm.
astronauts on the Space Shuttle Columbia,
Yeah.
they grew these potatoes in a special chamber.
Wow.
It's pretty important, though, if you think about it.
Why?
For long space missions, you got to figure out how to grow food in space.
That's true.
Okay, ready for one that's a little strange?
Always ready for a strange fact.
Kopi Luwak coffee.
Oh, yeah, I've heard of this.
The most expensive coffee in the world.
Is it the one where
Yeah.
they eat the beans
Civets eat the beans,
and then they pook them out?
and then those beans.
And that's the coffee.
That's the coffee.
That's so weird.
They say the civets digestive system
Uh-huh.
gives the beans a unique flavor.
I guess so. I mean, I've never tried it. It's pretty pricey.
It is, yeah. It's definitely not your average cup of joe. All right, we got to take a break. Get ready for our final round.
Can't wait.
All right, we're back for our final round of intriguing facts. What have we got?
Let's start with something simple. You ready?
Hit me.
You can't breathe and swallow at the same time.
Wait, really?
Yeah, it's like one of those things our body just does automatically.
I guess I never thought about it.
When you swallow, there's this little flap of tissue called the epiglottis. It covers your windpipe, makes sure the food goes down the right way.
Down the esophagus, not the lungs.
Exactly. It's pretty important.
Yeah, I'd say so. It's amazing how much our bodies just do without us even thinking about it.
Right. To
That-
take it for granted.
Okay, what else is going on in there?
Most people dream like 4 to 6 times a night,
Oh, I dream a lot.
but we don't usually remember them.
I hate that. I'll have this crazy dream and then poof, gone.
It's like they just vanish.
Why does that happen?
Well, we don't know everything about dreams,
Yeah.
but researchers think they help us process memories, emotions, even get creative.
So it's like my brain is putting on a show,
Yeah. Sorta.
but I don't get to watch it.
Well, not consciously.
Okay, enough about dreams. Hit me with more facts.
How about language? The word set has the most definitions in the English language.
Oh, wow, I didn't know that.
Over 430 definitions, at least according to the Oxford English Dictionary.
4:30. No wonder English is so hard to learn.
It can be tricky. Speaking of tricky, try this. Find a word that rhymes with orange.
You can't.
Right, it's impossible.
There's just no other word.
One of those English language quirks. No secret rhyming word out there.
Good to know. Okay, from the shortest word to the longest, what is it?
The longest word is 189,819 letters long.
What? How is that even a word?
It's the chemical name for a protein, titin,
Oh, okay.
found in our muscles. It would take hours to say the whole thing.
I'll stick to shorter words, thank you. All right, what else do we have?
Did you know that the inventor of the Pringles can was buried in one?
No way. That's amazing. A Pringles can.
Pretty fitting tribute.
It is, yeah. Okay, what else?
A blue whale is so big,
Yeah.
a small child could swim through its veins.
Whoa. That is crazy.
Gives you a sense of just how large they really are.
Amazing.
Okay, last one. Ready?
Lay it on me.
In Switzerland, it's illegal to own just one guinea pig.
What? Why?
They get lonely. They're social animals.
That's actually really sweet, so you gotta get him a buddy.
It's exactly.
Well, that was a whirlwind. 100 fascinating facts.
It really makes you think.
It does, yeah. I feel like we've only scratched the surface, though.
There's so much more out there to discover.
Exactly. So to everyone listening, stay curious.
Keep exploring.
Thanks for joining us on this deep dive adventure.